Anybody home? Just figured I'd go live just because I'm bored. There's nothing going on. I figured I'd jump on and just do you know, live thing just because. Don't know how long. Could be 10 minutes. Could be a couple hours. Who knows? Depends on who shows up. I'm just chilling, having a beer. What's up, y'all? Hey, 6 strings and 10 fingers. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming by, man. How you doing, bro? Yeah, it has been a while. Definitely been a while. How you doing tonight, man? It's good to see you, bro. What's going on with you? How you dealing with all this pandemic crapola? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Been laid off for like a month and a half. Staying home. Not doing shit. Chilling, you know? Sucks. I'm bored out of my mind. Hey, Rick. What's up, homie? Thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I'm just like pretty much bored out of my mind. When I got nothing to do. Yeah, right. That's all we can do, bro. It just, gives us more time to play. Yeah, Rick, I hear you, buddy. It's funny. I say it gives us more time to play, but it's actually more time to be house bitch because my wife is still working full time at a doctor's office. So now I'm like the house bitch, and it's like she's taking like full power over that. She's like, "This is awesome. Now you're the house bitch. You can do laundry and wash dishes and do shit." And I'm like, "No, I don't like this at all. This is not what I want to do. I would just rather be out working and come home and play." But, yeah, that sucks, Rick. They're just starting to open beaches down here in Florida now, which is kind of fucking scary, actually. They're starting to reopen beaches, and they haven't officially opened boat ramps yet. But I live like less than 15 minutes from the Gulf Coast in Florida, and there's guys. Now that I'm home all day, I hang out in my garage because that's where my amps and guitars are. I'm out here playing all day, and every day there's at least 5 or 10 boats. Guys pulling boats on trailers down the street. They're going fishing. And all the boat ramps are supposed to be closed, but they're still fishing. So it's nuts, man. Yeah, the only lake we have, Rick, is Okeechobee, and that's like in the middle of the state. And I don't think they ever really officially closed Lake Okeechobee. I don't think they ever really did. Oh yeah, that sucks. Six strings. Yeah, that fucking blows. Yeah, probably Rick. They probably will. I mean, the governor said practice social distancing when you go to the beach. No more than like four people in a group, and you got to stay at least friggin' 6 feet apart from everybody else. But yeah, that'll last for like a day or two, and then shit's gonna go fucking haywire. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. But whatever. Who am I to say? I'm just a fucking taxpayer. I don't know shit. Dog paw. What up, my brother? How you doing, buddy? And yes, dog paw, I am fucking suicidal. After the last 6 weeks being out of work, I'm pretty much suicidal. If it wasn't for bourbon and a little recreational herbage, yeah, I'd probably be like really suicidal. But we live and learn and move on. What are they saying? Yeah, Rick, me too, man. Luckily, I have a really good neighbor that lives 2 houses down that stops by on the regular, and we talk, we smoke. It's all good. It's all good. So how you guys doing? You guys all right? How you guys dealing with all this bullshit? You guys doing okay? Oh, that's nice, Rick. We can grow. Oh, that's awesome, Dogpaw. Yeah, man, one of my favorite bands ever. I love Suicidal, man. Love it. And I hope you're doing well, man, you and your family. Hope you guys are staying safe and doing all the right things and staying out of trouble and all that shit, What the fuck can you do? Are any of you guys still working? Or are you guys laid off? Let's take a minimal roll call of all three of us. Yeah, Ricky, it fucking blows, dude. It's a tough time, man. Tough time for everybody, man. I want to know if anybody else is laid off, if they're having as much of a hard time with being laid off as I am. Because it's not easy for me to be idle for too long. I can drown in the bourbon pool really quickly if I have too much free time on my hands, you know. But I try to maintain. My wife keeps me in line, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think the one of my first dates me and my wife ever had before we got married was Suicidal in Type O in Massachusetts at the Worcester Centrum, I think it was. What a great show, man. Yeah, right, Dog Paw. I wish I could work from home, but I don't know. I've been an auto parts guy for like 40 years. Hey, Jimmy. What's up, buddy? How you doing, bro? And I'm an old guy, man. I'm like 50. I'm 58, right? And I'll be 59 in August, and I'm I'm pretty much cooked. I've been doing auto parts since 1979. Luckily, right now I work for a place that does only wholesale. We only sell to shops. No, no walk-in shit. So that's pretty cool. And it's a really busy shop. But that busy shop went from doing 22 to 25K a day to like 12K a day. And I got laid off. I've been there about a year. And I was like low man on a totem pole, so I was the first one to go. Plus, I have like emphysema and like COPD and shit, so I was like at the biggest risk for being around. So I got like hey man, take some time off. It's gonna work out for you because with the unemployment now, you're gonna make twice as much as you were collecting than you were when you were working. And it's been a month and a half. I haven't even seen a freaking unemployment check yet. So, yeah, that kind of blows. But, yeah, Ricky. Yeah, Jimmy, you know what? That was really cool that you gave that pedal to Joe. Because Joe needs all the help he can get. Joe's an awesome kid, man. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Dogpaw. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I I'm a real big fan of Robbie before when he was in Suicidal. He's one of the best bass fucking players ever. I loved Robbie's bass playing in Suicidal, and I just love that band. Send Me Your Money is probably my favorite Suicidal song of all time. I love that song. And You Can't Bring Me Down, but I mean, that's like the one that got all the airplay. The only one that got any airplay. But Send Me Your Money is the best Suicidal song, I think, ever. Just the Robbie's bass line in that song is friggin' killer. Oh, that sucks, Jimmy. Sorry, buddy. It really blows, dude. That really sucks, dude. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, Jim, that's all. I mean, you can't blame it on anything else, you know? Yeah, shitty timing, man. Shitty fucking timing, bro. But what are you going to do, right? Oh, that's cool, Dogpaw. That's awesome. Dogpaw, what's your first name? Because I don't want to keep calling you Dogpaw. Just tell me your first name. Or just lie to me and give me a phony first name. Because I don't want to keep calling you the Dogpaw. Cool, Doc. Cheers. Cheers to all you guys. Jimmy, I know you don't drink, but salute, guys. Let's go. Right on, Doc. Weren't you in The Shining? Okay, hey, Janice. What's up, girl? Thanks for coming by. Do you like ice cream, Doc? That's all I can. When I hear Doc, that's all I can think of is The Shining. Sorry. Janice, what are you doing these days? You still working? Or are you unemployed like some of us? Oh, I got you. I got you, Doc. I had a friend like that too, back in the 80s. Used to call him Doc. Yeah. He was privy to a lot of information that most of us mortals weren't privy to. Oh, that sucks, Janice. 2006. Holy crap. Wow. Damn, girl. That's unfortunate. Wow. What did you do, Janice? What was your main gig? What was your thing? Ricky still got it. Dave, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Oh, cool, Janice. You know what? This fucking hat's driving me crazy. I'm sweating my ass off with this hat on. Hang on. Oh, that's much better. Holy shit. Oh, Pitney Bowes. Okay. They made Pitney Bowes made like typewriters and stuff, right? And like yeah, I know Pitney Bowes. I know who Pitney Bowes is. I don't know why I keep thinking typewriters, but yo, Tommy boy, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I think Pitney Bowes is one of the first companies. Okay, I thought Pitney Bowes one of the first companies that made like the fax machine. Postage meters. Okay, yep. Okay, all right. Yep. All right, that makes sense. I got you. I got you. I know it had something to do with office equipment. Couldn't remember what it was. Tommy boy, how's my buddy Kyan doing? Pazinga. Oh my God. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Janice. That's cool, though. Man, you must have worked for them for a long time. Because that's like pretty old technology. Pitney Bowes has been around for like forever. Oh, she not used to that, Tommy? Oh, that sucks, Janice. That fucking sucks so bad. Sorry. Hey, but at least you got to retire, you know? That's cool. Man, I fucking wish I could retire. Yeah, Tommy, I feel bad for her, but I feel worse for Kyan, because he's out of his environment and not used to the same routine, and that's gotta be, that's gotta be crazy for him, man. He's gonna be all, ugh, yeah. Wow, Janice, you paid your dues, babe. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You got 9 years on me, Janice. But I admire you for sticking it out. That's tough, dude. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I miss him too, Tom. And you see him every day. I get a hey, what's up, like maybe twice a week, and I miss him. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I wasn't even planning on doing anything tonight. You know, I watched the live wires, and I couldn't answer any of their friggin' trivia questions because I usually jam on Wednesday nights with my buddies every Wednesday night for the past like 16 years. You know, I jam with all my buddies at band camp. I gotta fix my levels. Some shit's not even here. Okay, and I've only got to watch the live wires for like the past like 4 or 5 weeks. And I still don't even usually tune in on Wednesday. I usually just jam and practice myself. Oh, good for you, Janice. Yeah, good for you. That's awesome, babe. That's fucking awesome. Oh, that sucks, Tommy. I didn't know that, bro. Here's something that's weird. My neighbor that lives across the street, two houses down, Greg and his wife Joan, they're retired from. Uh, they started out as New York City transit cops in the subway, and then they moved to California and did the same thing there. And they both retired. Joan was like 70. I think Greg is like 72. Her husband, and he had throat cancer and had tongue cancer. His tongue was removed. He's got a permanent trach, He can't talk, so he walks around everywhere with a pad, you know. And when we moved into this house like 9 years ago, they moved in probably a year after us. And every day, Joan would walk her dogs at like 5:30. They had Louie, who was a corgi, and she used to have a Jack Russell, female Jack Russell, and she way overfed Louie, the corgi. He was like, we used to call him a lowrider because he had like his belly would like drag the ground when he walked. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, it was almost a year ago. I was doing a live stream on like a Saturday night, and it was like 2:30 in the morning. And I'm sitting out here because I do this shit in my garage, right? I'm in my garage right now, and I'm facing my open garage door. I can see the back of my wife's car in the street in front of it, and I'm in the middle of a live stream, and Joan had Alzheimer's, and I hadn't seen her in like a couple, 3 months, and she came like walking down the street at like 2:30 in the morning. And in the middle of my live stream, I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And I took my headphones off. I don't think I muted the mic or killed the camera or anything. And I'm like, Joan, what's up? I just want to go home. I said, Joan, you just walked away from your home. Apparently your husband was asleep and she got out of the house. And I thought she was going to punch me in the fucking face. And I'm like, Joan, it's me. It's Gary. You come up to my house every day with your dogs, and I give them treats, and we hang out and bullshit for like an hour every day. Yeah, Tommy, that was... Well, anyway, long story short, Joan passed away weekend before last. And it was pretty rough, man, because she was literally at my house every single day for 2 years. Every day. We would sit in my garage, and I would give her dogs treats, and we'd shoot the shit for at least an hour or two and just talk, you know? She was like one of my best friends. And she always had like these great stories, man. And, yeah, she just passed away like 2 weekends ago. And her husband, Greg, they came over last weekend with their son and daughter. Her daughter, Angie, is from California. And the night that I caught Joan on the street, and I got her back to her house, she was like out of control, off the chain, and Greg, her husband, can't speak, you know, so he calls 911 and like gives me the phone, and I'm like, yeah, I'm telling 911 what's going on. We're trying to get Joan chilled out and at least get her in a chair, and then he hands me his cell phone, and he's calling his daughter Angie in California. So I got 911 on one phone, and I got his daughter, Angie, on the other phone in California. And I'm trying to, like, talk to both of them. And it was the craziest, most surreal thing that I've ever done in my life. And that lasted until about 6 o'clock in the morning when they finally got her in a rescue and got her, like, to a hospital. And Greg, who's a pretty tough guy. I mean, he's not a big guy, but he's like, if you have to deal with somebody like that and you can't communicate with him, all he can do is write shit down because he can't speak. The fucking guy has been through a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And it was a hard thing to do that night, but it was like one of the best things I think I've ever done in my life. You know, it was just a crazy thing. And he came over today. I was sitting out here in the garage like I always am, and Greg comes walking up. I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" His son and daughter have already gone back. His son lives in New York, upstate New York. His daughter lives in California. And I got to meet them. I got to meet Angie finally that I talked to on the phone that night during that fucking horrible night. And they were like, thanks for, oh my God, I can't believe, if you weren't in that garage at 2:30 in the morning when she was like wandering down the street, there's a canal like 100 yards from my house. She could have walked in a canal. She could have drowned. It could have been like really, really bad. It could have been like a really bad ending, you know? And he came over tonight and he's like, hey man, I just want to say thanks. He's like, I'm going to California on May 9th. And my wife's got an in-law apartment. I'm going to move in with her. I got one dog going there. The other, Louis, my buddy dog, is going with his son up to upstate New York. And it was just, I told Greg, I said, man, I don't know how you dealt with this for so long. How can you live with somebody who's got like dementia and Alzheimer's and not being able to talk to them? She couldn't read. I mean, you couldn't like, that's got to be like one of the hardest friggin' things to ever go through. And I broke down, man. He was sitting like right here next to me and I'm crying. I'm like, dude, you are one of the strongest friggin' human beings I have ever met in my life. Because I don't know how you dealt with that. I would have been like crippled. You know, hey, Bri, what's up, man? But it was a rough day today. Talking to Greg, you know, and he gave me a hug and said, "Man, we got another 8 months out of Joan." You know, it was just surreal. He wants to sell me their house because me and my wife rent where we are right now, right across the street, and we were talking about buying his house, but he's asking like way too much for that house. But I love this street. I love our neighborhood. We all look out for each other, man. It's one of those like old school neighborhoods where you don't see that shit anymore. You know, you don't have neighbors that like look out for each other anymore, and we always did here. You know, we always look out for each other, and it's been a rough couple weeks. You know, really fucked up. But anyway. I'm done. So yeah, Brian, Mr. Stewart, thanks for coming by, dude. Appreciate it. Let's do a shot. Brian, you got a glass in front of you? Brian, you gotta have a glass in front of you. Ready to do a shot with me, Brian? Come on. Come on, man. Great show tonight, by the way, bro. Live Wires was awesome. I'm sorry I couldn't answer any of your questions. I tried, even though I was guessing. I tried. I'm glad you guys are going to Monday nights, by the way. Sucks, Brian. I jam with my buddies every Wednesday night, so it's hard to watch your show. But I love you and Dave's show. Yeah, right, Doc? Yeah, they give Crowbar all the answers in advance. That fucking crowbar. Fucking Jimmy he thinks he's a smart motherfucker. Let me tell you something. He's from Rhode Island. He's fucking crafty. You gotta watch out for people from fucking Rhode Island, dude. They're fucking shifty. And Jimmy, you know I'm not lying. Yeah, right, Tommy. Crowbar equals Google. He's Googling that shit. Yeah, right. You're right, Jim. You're absolutely right. You have to be crafty in Rhode Island. My wife wants to move in a big way, dude. She wants to move back to either Rhode Island, Mass, not Mass, but New Hampshire or Maine or Vermont. I'm sorry, Janice. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry you're friends with a lot of people from Rhode Island. Yeah, no shit, Jim, right? Jimmy, can you send me some friggin' wieners, dude? Go to Oneyville, buy me friggin' 12 all the way, and just friggin' next day air them. I'll pay the friggin' $70 shipping. Come on, Jim. Hook a brother up. I need frickin' wieners, dude. We can't buy them. I can buy soggies down here, but you can't buy wieners down here. You can't buy frozen wieners, dude. They won't ship them. We've tried so many times. You cannot get them shipped. I can get the sauce. I can get the sauce mix. Cannot get wieners down here. Only soggies. Tom, if you ever had a friggin' Rhode Island, New York system friggin' hot wiener, dude, there ain't nothing like it. All the way. Right, Jim? No, dude, they won't ship them, Jim. They will not ship them. They will not ship them. Even if you offer to pay like next day air, FedEx, $60 to ship friggin' 10 pounds of wieners on ice, dry ice, they won't fucking do it. No, they're not. All right, Doc. They're not just fucking hot dogs. These are special. They're not just hot dogs. Jim, explain it. They're not just hot dogs. They're special. Okay, if any of you guys have never experienced like a Rhode Island hot wiener, just go on YouTube and type in Oneyville, Olneyville, Providence hot wieners, and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, pretty much, Jim. But they're not regular hot dogs. There's only one place in the world. Well, Jim, the last time I checked was 6 months ago and they didn't ship. I will check again tomorrow. I will check again. I will check again. There's a place down here called Twin Lobsters. And they're people from Rhode Island. And you can buy soggies. No, Dave, it's not the water, man. They don't cook them in water. They're not boiled. They cook them on a grill. All right, I'll check it out, Jim. I'll check it out, Jimmy, but last I checked, they would not ship. They would not ship anywhere out of Rhode Island. But I'll scope it out. And if that's the case, I'll probably gain like 30 pounds in the next month. Because that's what I'll be living on. Nah, Tom, they're not red. They're not like Nathan's or like something like that. It's a whole thing all to itself. It's a completely different Tell him, Jim. It's a completely different kind of hot dog. It's weird. It's weird, man. It's weird. Death by Wiener. Yeah. That was the best thing. You get out of a club, you get out, if you're like, I used to bounce at a lot of nightclubs back home. You get out of work at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go to the Wiener joint, you get like a half dozen all the way to go. You know, and you eat them probably before you even get to the fucking car. They're so good. So freaking good. But I'll check it out, Jim. I will check it out. Holy crap, I got Sandra sending me messages like crazy. Hey, let me tell you, you guys know anything about yeah, Guy Fieri's from Rhode Island, bro. Well, his folks are. Sandra is like messaging me like crazy. She telling me to shut up. What is she telling me? Have you guys heard about the communication breakdown for the Saturday night Sandra show on her channel that I co-host with her? Let's talk about that. Have you guys heard about that at all? Sandra. What's up, my sister? Sandra, would you like to join me? I would gladly send you a link if you would like to join me. We could maybe do like a little PR about your show this weekend. And I got some ideas about some upcoming shows. You know what, Sandra? Let me send you a link. Okay. Well, this Saturday we have the drummer, right, from Mini Kiss on this Saturday. And is anybody else from the band going to join, or just his manager, or just him? Right. Okay, cool. Hey, Brad, what's up, bro? Yeah, cool, man. Thanks for coming by. Oh, little roadie guitars. What is up? Another Rhode Islander. Who is Mini Kiss? Really, Tony? They're a Kiss, but they're small in stature. They're little people. I don't want to use the improper term, but they're little people. And then next weekend, we already posted this shit, Sandra, right? About our guest for the next 2 weeks. So I can say who our guest is the week after, right? Okay, cool. So our guest, not this Saturday, that's that's going to be the drummer for Mini Kiss, and then the following weekend is going to be Johnny Bean. So that's pretty big. And I got feelers out, Sandra, for a guest for the next 2 weeks after that. So I'll get with you. You know about that stuff. And yeah, kind of Mick, but they're yeah, they're a mini Kiss. You know, mini Kiss. Watch some videos. Yeah, I got a couple people that I'm working on. Sandra, guys who are in like my neck of the woods. Ah, jeez, Tom, what are you talking about there, huh? Archie Bunker. Good Lord. Don't make me come over there. You meathead, you. I don't have any. Actually, Brad, funny you should ask. Because Sandra can do an awesome friggin' Edith Bunker. We actually, before one of our live shows one night, we're in like backstage, and we were talking about Archie Bunker, singing "Those Were the Days." Yeah, we gotta do that, Sandra. We gotta do it. Oh, Archie, but she was great. We did like the All in the Family theme song. I was singing Archie, she was singing Edith, and it actually sounded really, really good. It was it was pretty funny. Yeah, we got to work on that, Sandra, for sure. It would. It would be great fun because she can do a pretty mean Edith. I gotta say. Yeah, we got to work on that. It was right. It was crazy fun. All those songs Glenn Miller played. It was awesome. Eyes with us, we had it made. Those were the days. Yeah, that's cool. We killed it though. God, jeez, see it there? Go get me a beer, will you? Huh, you dingbat, you. I always wanted Edith to be meaner to Archie. I wish Edith would have like bowed up and gave Archie some shit. In like one episode, I wish Edith would have like bowed up and gave Archie some crap. Well, actually, she did in a couple episodes. But yeah, Sandra, we got to work on that. TV Tunes Classic Edition. Sure, why not? We can do that. Yeah, she did, Jimmy. Yeah, Edith did give Archie shit plenty of times. She'd sit him down, and be like, get the finger in his face, and he'd be like, "Whoa!" I just let me go to the toilet, dear Edith, will you, huh? Jeez, leave me alone, you dingbat, you. Yeah, Edith gave Archie a lot of shit. I'll tell you what, man. I still can't watch. I watch All in the Family all the time, like reruns. And the episode where Edith dies, I still cry if I watch that episode because Archie is just like so heartbroken and crushed. You know, even though he was a prick and a hard ass, man, that guy just caved. He caved when Edith died. You know, and that was just always like that always killed me. But, you know, whatever. It's a TV show, right? Yeah, can you imagine doing All in the Family these days? That show was so politically incorrect. Holy crap. How could you pull that shit off? You couldn't. You couldn't pull that shit off on any frickin' network television channel. You could not pull that shit off today. That show was so friggin' like edgy. It was crazy, man. Yeah, Sandra, absolutely. It would be banned. You could, yeah. There's no way. It was so politically incorrect. Same thing with like Sanford and Son and Jefferson's. Oh my God, that shit was so like. That shit was like crazy. Yeah, well, people understood what comedy was and not berating people. It was just comedy. It wasn't like you weren't trying to berate somebody. You were just, that's how people were in the 70s, That's how fucking people were, You spoke your mind. You said, I don't like this fucking Pollock that fucking works for me or whatever. That's just how it was, Oh, thanks, Sandra, for telling people to give me thumbs up after I just said rated Pollocks, even though I'm half Pollock. It's funny. My first wife, Bonnie, we met when we were 13, got married at 26, and divorced by 35. Her dad was a cop, and he used to call me Meathead. Oh, take care, Mick. Thanks for coming by, bro. Thanks for hanging out. Listen to my stupidity. I appreciate it. But my ex-father-in-law used to call me Meathead. That was like, hey, Meathead. But I wasn't offended by that. I didn't care. I'm like, yeah, what do you want, Archie? It was just a thing, just, who cares? I thought it was cool. That meant he liked me, That's what I thought. Upon further review, and after me and his daughter got divorced in 1994, 5, whatever it was, yeah, I realized he really thought I was a meathead, which I probably was. But that's cool. I have no ill will towards that man. He was a Paris Island friggin' Marine cop. After that, he was a commander on the police department in the town that we grew up in. I hit his cop car twice. That's another story. He used to come home for lunch or dinner, and he'd park the cop car in front of the house. And me and his daughter, not my wife yet, we'd be hanging out. He'd fall asleep in the recliner smoking his pipe. And he'd leave the keys in the cop car. And they lived like the back of the house had like a big dirt path, and there was like a little trail back there. And I would take the cop car and park it in the fucking woods behind the house. And then me and his daughter would take off in my car and go somewhere. And I'd get pulled over like an hour or two later by a, Warwick cop, see that we lived in. Jimmy probably knows about Warwick. I get pulled over and I'm like, oh, fuck, I know what this is about. And the cop would walk up to the door and say, all right, where the fuck is Stan's cop car? It's like it's parked behind the house, man, on the path. And you go back to the cop car and get on the radio. All right, Captain Mitchell, your cruiser is on the path behind the house. And then it'd be like a 5-minute pause. And the guy would come back to the car and say, all right, you're free to go. I'd be like, how good of a cop are you if you can't find your own fucking cop car? Yeah, anyway. Funny, good stories. Good old stories. I love that shit. How long have I been doing this? 55 minutes, almost an hour. Shit. Yeah, Sandra, yeah, that was my life growing up. I was kind of a tool. Exactly, dude, where's my car? But he wasn't that cool about it. He tried to kick my ass one night. He used to go to the FOP after work, the Fraternal Order of the Police. They had like their own little clubhouse after work. And that's where all the cops would go to get drunk, right? So he knew I was like, I think 18 or 19. I'm hanging out at his house with his daughter, Bonnie, who was my girlfriend, and the phone rings. You know, there's no like cell phones back then. The phone rings. So Bonnie answers the phone. Okay. She's like, okay. Okay, Dad. Okay, no problem. Yep, I'll tell him. Okay, bye. And she comes up to me and she's like, you have to go pick up my dad at the FOP. He's fucking drunk as fuck. And I'm like, oh, no. I am not going. She's like, you have to go pick him up. He can't drive home. You got to pick him up. I'm like, you're coming with me. And she's like, no, he specifically said not to take me with you. And I'm like, this is not going to end well. I'm going to end up dead behind the FOP. But I'm like, okay. So I get in my Charger. I had a 71 Charger at the time. I get in my Charger. I drive to the FOP. It was like 10 minutes away. I pull up in front of the FOP. There's like 7, 8 cars. 4 of the 8 cars were cop cars. And I walk in the front door. And everybody sitting in the bar is all still wearing cop uniforms. And you walk in the bar and they all turn and look at you at the same time. Like, who the fuck is this kid? And Stan says, that's my ride. It's like, come on over here, Gary. I know you want a beer. I'm like, no, I don't. Not right now, I don't. I just want to get the hell out of here. I just want to go. Come on, Stan, let's go. Let's go home. He's like, nope, you're having a beer. And I'm like, oh, shit. This is not going to end well. I sit at the bar. He buys me a beer. I got a Budweiser, long neck. Like the old disposable bottles that they're all like roughed up and fucked up. And I'm like sipping this beer and I'm waiting for him to finish his. And I'm like, come on, Stan, we should probably go. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. We should probably get the hell out of here. And his cop buddies are all like, you're going to be a son-in-law pretty soon. You need to hang out and meet us. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I finished the beer. We go outside. Now, these guys are shooting beer bottles off the fucking dumpster in the back of the FOP. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they got beer bottles set up on the dumpster in this, like, neighborhood. There's, like, a fence, but they're, like, plink, 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 plink with 38s, and they're, like, shooting beer bottles off the dumpster. I'm like, we gotta go, man. And he's like, all right. He gets in the car. And once we get in the car and I start driving him home, he had a Subaru Brat at the time. It was an 81 Subaru Brat. We left that at the FOP. And all the way home, it seemed like every quarter mile we went, he got more aggravated and more aggravated and more aggravated. I didn't even do anything. By the time we got back to the house, I get out of the car. I walk around the car on my Charger, and I open the door for him. He gets out. He falls on his ass, and I'm going to help him up. And he was a big martial arts guy. He takes like this freaking crazy spin kick at me, and I was just like moved out of the way because he was like way off, and he fell on his ass. And then he got really pissed, and he started like chasing me, and I'm like, come on, Stan, let's just go in the house. Let's just go in the house, man. He used to smoke a pipe. I'm like, come on, go in, sit down. I'll pack your pipe for you, man. Just smoke your pipe. It'll be great. Just relax. Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're dating my daughter. It's like, yeah, I'm dating your daughter. Yep, probably gonna marry her. But you're being like kind of a tool right now. What are you talking about? And he's like trying to kick my ass the whole time. It was fucking hysterical. And I opened the front door, like a screen door, and then the front door. I opened the screen door, and I turn around, and he hit me with a spin kick and hit me right in the side of the head and dropped me like a fucking sack of potatoes. And I'm like, I hit the grass, and I get up, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like seeing stars. He like nailed me really good. And I got up, and I stood up, and he was standing there. I actually grabbed him by the arm to help me stand myself up, and he's like, how'd that feel? I'm like, that fucking sucked, dude. He's like, okay, don't ever fuck with me again. And I'm like, okay, I didn't fuck with you at all the first time, but okay, no problem, man. He went in the house. I went in the house. He sat in his recliner. He fired up a pipe. And I went into Bonnie's bedroom where she was, and I'm like, your dad just kicked me in the fucking head. It, like, almost like I got hit by a car. And it was like, that was the bonding I had with my father-in-law before we got married. I know, long story. I'm sorry. It was probably boring. But it was a really good experience for me. It was awesome. I probably missed a ton of shit. I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. How you guys doing? Man, it's 14. That's cool. Yeah, thanks, Brad. It does explain a lot. I got kicked in the head really fucking hard when I was a kid. It does explain a lot. Hey, little roadie, Ann Krell. Let me tell you about the station. My old cover band used to play at the filling station. Before it was the station, it was the filling station. My old cover band used to play there all the time, man. I probably played in that place at least 3 or 4 times. And then the owners changed to the station, and they were trying to get like bigger name acts. But yeah, I played in that bar a lot, man. A lot. And it was a fucking death trap back then. Without pyrotechnics. Remember the Coesit Inn? Anagnosts, right on the corner of Route 2, and I think it was 117. Was it 117? I can't remember. A long time ago. Brillo's was across the street, bro. Take care, Brad. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Yeah, anyway, I played the filling station like at least 4 times. And I'm sorry, guys, if I've been like long-winded telling stories. Sorry. I should probably pay more attention. I will, Sandra. Thank you. Good night, sweetheart. I love you too, man. You're my buddy. You're my sister. Cheers, babe. Tell Ricky I said hi. No, I don't remember Roadkill. I don't remember him, dude. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Yeah. Yeah, hit the like button. Subscribe. What do you got to lose? Little Brody, you saw Anthrax at the filling station? Really? I don't remember them playing there. What the fuck? What year was that? Thank you, Sandra. I know somebody loves me. Wow, Jim. The only song I like by Warren is Cherry Pie, actually. Just because the guitar is cool. Nothing else. Had nothing to do with the video or anything. I just love that guitar in that song. Yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin's pretty good, Jim. I remember playing it at Babyhead in the living room and JR's and played at Lupo's once. But Babyhead and the living room used to play it all the time. All the time. And JR's was great. John Reedy was a cool guy back in the day. Yeah, Jim, you know what? You want to hear something funny? I met Peter Steele at Babyhead on Richmond Street. I met Peter Steele from Type O at Club Babyhead. My current wife, when we were dating, was a huge Type O fan. So was I. And he was doing like a solo project with some other guys. And I said, Peter Steele is playing at Babyhead, but not with Type O. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. You want to go? And she's like, yeah, of course. Because I had like the bouncer thing going on, because I was bouncing at Fantasies in Providence at the time. So, you know what? It might have been Carnivore, Krell. It might have been Carnivore, Jimmy. But I remember we got there kind of late. We caught like the last set, and when he came off stage, the guy, I can't remember the guy's name that owned Babyhead. I think his name was Jim too. It was Jim. I can't remember. But he walked up. He's like, "Hey," he's like, they called me Big G back then too. He's like, "Big G, you want to meet Peter Steele?" I'm like, I don't really care, but my wife would love to meet him. And we went through like that little back door they had right next to it was like if you're standing on the stage in Babyhead, there was a door on the right side of the stage that went back into like the dressing rooms. He's like, "Come here, man." He's like waving us through. He's like, come here. And I remember walking back there. Peter Steele had just walked off stage. He pulled his shirt off, and he had a friggin' magnum of like wine. So he just pulled the cork out of, and he's like chugging this like magnum of wine, and he puts it down, and the guy that owned Babyhead was like, "Yeah, it's my buddy Big G. He's a bouncer down the street at Club Fantasies strip joint. If you want to go later, I'm sure he'll hook you up." And I'm like, "Yeah, and this is my wife, my girlfriend Lisa. She'd love to meet you." And he shook my hand, and my hand disappeared. His hands were so big. It was like he was wearing a catcher's mitt. It was like he was the biggest guy I've ever seen in my life. And he shook my hand, and he was the sweetest guy. He's like, "Hey, man, you want some wine?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." I had like a wild turkey on the rocks or something I was drinking. And he's like, "Want that for a little while," and chilled with him. What a nice guy. I think Jimmy, he was closer to 7 foot. He was more like 6'9". He was a big fucking dude, bro. He was really, really big. Really big. But I remember his hands being huge. His hands were like the size of my face. Yeah, 6'8". Yeah, maybe 6'8", 6'9". He was a big dude. And really fucking cool with that thick, like, Brooklyn accent, He was so fucking cool. Same thing, met Glenn Danzig backstage at Providence Performing Arts Center after one of their shows out in the alley behind PPA. And it was funny because I had a friend of mine, a couple of friends that did security there, and they're like, "Yeah, he's gonna come out in the back in the alley after the show and get some fresh air and probably have a beer and hang out." All right, cool. And me and my wife before she was my wife, was standing in the street, and Glenn comes out the back door with Chuck Biscuits, and he's standing on the friggin' sidewalk, and like they have like the cobblestone streets back there, and the curb was probably at least 8 or 10 inches tall, and I'm in the street in the alley, and Glenn's on the curb, and I'm still looking him over the top of his eyes, like he's still shorter than me, and I'm like, and I had just got this Danzig tattoo on my arm, like probably a week before. And he goes, "Cool, you got a Danzig tattoo." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, you guys are fucking awesome." I said, "But I got to tell you, man, you look a lot bigger in your videos." And he had like the long black hair, and he bends over and he goes, "Yeah, look, and I'm going fucking bald too." And he had a big bald spot in the back of his head. And I'm like, I don't know, I laughed my ass off. I'm like, holy shit, dude. That is so fucking funny. Tony, take care, brother. Thanks for coming by, man. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. But Glenn Danzig was another really, really cool guy. And we shot the shit for probably an hour. I drank some of his beers and hung out. And it was cool. It was cool. I met some cool people, man. I've been pretty lucky. All right, so it's been like an hour and a half. I'm gonna pull a plug on this thing, folks. Thanks for hanging out. I wasn't even expecting like anybody to come by and like hang out with me. But thanks all of you guys for like coming by and chilling and hanging out. It's been awesome. And don't forget to stop by and see Sandra's show on Saturday night. The Communication Breakdown, where we have the drummer for Mini Kiss. That should be very interesting. And I am going to try not to fuck up and ask stupid questions. It's going to be a stretch for me. But, I'll try. But thank you guys. I love you all, and thank you so much for like hanging out. I never thought I would have this many people come by and just chill. It's awesome. Love you guys. You all take care. And if I don't see you on any of my streams, I'll see you on other people's streams. Love you guys. Take care. Make questionable choices all the time. If you feel it in your gut, do it. Peace out.